Imagine a world where the voice of ordinary citizens could reshape a powerful city, where political power was no longer held by kings or tyrants, but instead by the people themselves. Welcome to ancient Athens, the birthplace of democracy, where for the first time in recorded history, a government was created to serve the will of its citizens. Today, we're going back over 2,500 years to explore how this groundbreaking political system was formed and how it still echoes through our modern world. The following images in this video have been altered and generated using AI technology. They are not exact replicas of historical events or people, but are used to provide a visual representation of what the events may have looked like. These images are intended solely for illustrative purposes, to help bring the story to life. To truly understand the birth of democracy, we first need to explore the political landscape of ancient Greece. Before democracy took root in Athens, the city was ruled by kings, aristocrats, and tyrants. Power was concentrated in the hands of the elite, and ordinary citizens had little say in how the city was governed. Across Greece, cities like Sparta and Corinth were ruled by oligarchies, small groups of wealthy men who controlled the decision-making process. It was in this environment of political inequality that a revolution began to stir in Athens. By the 6th century BCE, Athens was on the brink of civil war. The gap between the rich and poor had grown, and many citizens were in debt, losing their farms and families to wealthy landowners. The people demanded change. Enter Solon, a statesman who laid the foundation for what would become democracy. Solon was elected as the Archon of Athens in 594 BCE, and his reforms are seen as the first steps toward democratic governance. One of his most significant achievements was ending debt slavery, where poorer citizens were forced into servitude to repay their debts. Solon's reforms also allowed more Athenians to participate in the government by introducing a new system where citizens could serve in political office based on wealth rather than noble birth. Although Solon's system wasn't a full democracy, it set the stage for future changes. His reforms helped reduce the power of the aristocracy and gave ordinary citizens a greater voice in government. But the real transformation came later, under the leadership of another Athenian statesman, Cleisthenes. In 508 BCE, Cleisthenes is often credited with creating the world's first democracy. He introduced a series of reforms that fundamentally reshaped Athenian society. Cleisthenes reorganized the political structure by dividing Athens into 10 tribes, each representing different regions and social classes, to reduce the power of the aristocratic families. This new system allowed for more direct participation by citizens in political decision-making. Perhaps the most revolutionary of Cleisthenes' reforms was the creation of the ecclesia, or assembly, where all male citizens of Athens could gather to vote on important matters, such as laws, war, and foreign policy. This was direct democracy in its purest form. The people themselves had the final say on government policies. The Boule, a council of 500 citizens chosen by lottery, helped prepare issues for discussion in the assembly, making the system more inclusive. Athenian democracy was groundbreaking, but it was also far from perfect. Only male citizens could participate in the government, which excluded women, slaves, and foreigners, known as metics. Still, this system gave unprecedented political power to a large segment of the population. In practice, Athenian democracy was a direct form of governance. Citizens didn't elect representatives to vote on their behalf. They voted directly on the laws and decisions that would govern them. Any male citizen over the age of 18 could participate in the ecclesia, and everyday citizens would vote on crucial matters using simple tools like black and white pebbles for yes or no votes. A key feature of Athenian democracy was ostracism, a process where the citizens could vote to exile individuals they believed posed a threat to the state. This system acted as a safeguard against tyranny, ensuring that no one person could accumulate too much power. The democratic system in Athens lasted for nearly 2 centuries, surviving wars, political conflicts, and internal dissent. It reached its height during the Golden Age of Athens, under the leadership of Pericles, when arts, culture, and philosophy flourished. However, it would ultimately fall due to external pressures like the Peloponnesian War and internal struggles. Yet, the legacy of Athenian democracy lived on. Its principles influenced the Roman Republic and were revived during the Enlightenment, inspiring the creation of modern democracies. The idea that citizens should have a voice in their government, a revolutionary notion in the 5th century BCE, became one of the foundational principles of modern governance around the world. The story of Athenian democracy is a testament to the power of people's collective voice. Though far from perfect, it was a daring experiment that shaped political systems for millennia. Today, as we exercise our democratic rights, we're walking in the footsteps of those ancient Athenians who first believed in the idea of governance by the people. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more deep dives into the history that shaped our world.